Welcome to another edition of Not Talking Wit. I was about to do my other podcast. Uh, uh, let me tell you, we're just coming into October, and
Mhm.
season's about to change, and a lot of things are going on. But anyway, welcome to another edition to Motivational Sundays with Kevin and Friends. This episode is brought to you by RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast Network. Our mission is using the power of your story, your voice, inspire and share experiences and perspectives, and the framework of teaching, learning, and modeling. Hey, believe it or not, this show was originally created out of just a regular conversation. I had more than 300 motivational quotes that I created for the contents of my books. And with over 40 years of studying human behavior, I was always curious and wondered how the same quote landed on other people. And just as I came up, Dr. Stan, better known as Dr. Breakthrough, um, Naheem, Denise, Chris, Gilda, they said, I wonder if this same quote landed on me the way it landed on you. So, we just said, were these words that just laid it on a paper, or were there a conversation to be had? So we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hi, my name is Kevin McLemore. I am joined with my co-host, Miss Denise Slopes. And everyone knows he just came back from a big show of 1,500 people, Mr. Dr. Breakthrough. Like I said, we toss out a quote and it's with an open-ended question, and we try to figure out how's this quote land on you. So, without any further ado, I am going to go ahead and throw down with this quote. Our voice of the show, Otis, is not here today, so it's just me and the three of us. All right. So, today's quote: Does your comfort matter more than your commitment? All right, all right. Let's see how Dr. Breakthrough, how this quote lands on you.
Hey, hey, hey. Well, what a great day to make it a great day on purpose and by design. And again, I'm going to thank you, Kevin, for all that you do. And man, just amazing the difference you're making in people's lives. And again, to the queen on the show today, Denise, it takes those one rose just to handle these two thorns.
All right.
Anyway, so give that quote one more time, though, Kevin. Be the voice on the show today. Do that
All
voice.
right, I'm gonna bring it down like Otis does. Does your comfort matter more than your commitment?
Oh, come on now. Well, what's amazing? Years ago, remember people used to say, take it easy, take it easy. And I'm like, no, I don't want to take it easy because nothing's ever accomplished by anybody taking things easy. Now, here's what I did find out. Champions, we have a commitment above comfort. Other people, they actually have made a commitment to comfort. Now, think about that. See, that's why some folks never excel in life. That's why they never accomplish things because their commitment level, they're actually committed to comfort and they want to do everything that makes them comfortable. But see, you have to choose between being comfortable and being a champion. You have to choose between being comfortable and being committed. You have to choose between being a champion and being a creator. And God, the master creator, made you and I as many creators, and he gave us a mandate to create. But whenever there's creation, there can't be comfort. And, especially in my Christian walk, I thought that when I committed my life to Christ, I thought everything was going to be easy. I thought, hey, this knothead teenage boy got his heart right with God, and man, committed his life to Christ. And I thought everything would be a bed of roses. And I found out Jesus himself said, "Take up your cross and follow me." So he said, "If any man will follow me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me." And so, if the captain of our salvation was made perfect or complete through suffering, it dawned on me who was I. So, in order for me to be all that I can in life, I had to realize I had to be committed to something beyond my comfort level. As a matter of fact, they asked Muhammad Ali, they said, "Did you like working out every morning, waking up 4 o'clock and going out running?" He said, "No, I hated every moment of it." He said, "But I said to myself, suffer now and live the rest of the life, your life a champion." So I modified that a little bit. And so every day I say, when I'm out there, like yesterday, early morning, my wife and I were out together. And then, of course, when she gets a little tired, then I keep continuing on going on our breakthrough walk. But I say this to myself in one form of fashion every day, and that is suffer now and live the rest of the day a champion. And then wake up tomorrow and do it all over again, because success can never be owned. It can only be rented. And the rent is due every single day. And so what I found out is, in order to be a champion, your commitment has to be above comfort. Matter of fact, you have to have a commitment level that denies comfort. And when you do it the opposite way, your life doesn't seem to put together. As a matter of fact, I tell people, do the things that are seemingly hard, and life will seem to get easier. But do the things that are easy and comfortable, and life will surely get harder. And so in my Christian life, as I started to say earlier, it was like I was committed to my comfort, but God says, no, no, no. And so here's the thought he gave me, and that is this. I was committed to my comfort. He was committed to my Christ likeness. And anything that didn't make me Christ like, it wasn't his priority. And so I had to realize God was more interested in my Christ likeness than he was my comfort. I, on the other hand, was more interested in my comfort than my Christ likeness. The breakthrough came when I switched and said, no, I'm making a commitment to being like Christ. See, my commitment was to being happy. His commitment was for me to be holy. And so I had to switch and say, no, I'm not going to be committed to things that make me happy but don't make me holy. I'm going to be committed to the things that make me holy. And within that, I can be happy. So again, a person has to make a decision. And I think the power of commitment is the thing that will carry people through the comfort. And true commitment will allow you to be positioned one day when you can have the comfort that others won't, because you were willing to do what others don't. God bless you. It's breakthrough time.
Man, all right. I don't know about my
Amen to
listeners, but
that.
all right. God, it's so hard to follow you, all you
I
wonderful
know.
people.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah. You know,
I'm
this is
out.
one of those
Bye.
this is one of those moments when you listen to brother Stan. He talks about comfort and commitment. You know, it makes you, put your hand to your head and makes you go, hmm, yeah. It's just like when Thanksgiving dinner and grandma or Aunt Sally or mom or dad, they serve you something and it kind of reminds you of what it's like to come home and why you come home. It challenges you. It challenges you to want to get out of bed and first thing in the morning instead of hitting a snooze where it's nice and warm on a cold day, but you got to go out and you got to do the things that get the bills paid. They got to get the kids off to school and or if you're starting your own business, you got to be there before your staff shows up. You know, what is comfort? What is comfort? Is comfort easy or is it hard? But I don't know. Life's about chance and choices. And I'm going to find out how this quote, when we ask, does your comfort matter more than commitment? I've got someone on this show that's much smarter than me, Miss Denise Lopes. She's an educator out there in the Boston area, and she's making a difference. And believe it or not, she has her own clothing line. Maybe when she talks about comfort and commitment, we'll find out how easy it was to be uncomfortable because she made a commitment to do something that made her life easy. I don't know if I did I set this up okay for you, Denise?
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice quote. I've learned that you don't grow when you're too comfortable. You never grow when you're too comfortable. And God will make you feel uncomfortable when it's time to move on from stuff, so like when you're stuck. So that's what I've been learning. So if you're too comfortable, you're not growing. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know, do the next step because, oh yeah, this is working. I'm gonna keep doing it. And sometimes if you commit to something, you have to be, for me, it's like 1,000%. Some people say commit 100%, commit 1,000%. Because if you have something in your heart, God put it there for a reason. There's a purpose for that. And for me, with my clothing line, I've been like, I buy gym clothes, but they don't fit like I want them to fit. You know, I'm short and sometimes they're too long, sometimes they're too big. So I'm like, I have to design something that fits me, and I found this company that makes them, but it's a recycling material. So that's something I'm helping the earth, but it fits so well. So I tried the first one, like for me to see, and I like it, and people now want to buy it for me. But for me, like if I'm feeling too comfortable, I'm like something is off. Something I'm supposed to be doing more than this. And like I said before, when you are too comfortable, you don't grow. And we need to grow every day, and have that commitment every day for yourself. It's not for other people. Like, you need to commit to yourself. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. Like they say, discipline. Some people are like, oh, I'm motivated to exercise. No, you have to be disciplined. Because like Dr. Betchu said, for me to get up every morning to do exercise, sometimes I don't want to. I just want to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep until 6 o'clock. But I get up at 4:45 every day. I meditate, I pray, but that's a commitment to myself because I want to start my morning right. Because when you start your morning right, everything else goes well. Like, and I feel it when I don't do it. The days that I'm lazy, that I'm not committed, my days just like go slow and things don't go right. So you have to be committed to growth. That's me. I'm committed to growth and my own growth, not anybody else, like me. What I'm supposed to do in this world, what's my purpose. So I'm committed to that. So that's how it landed on me.
All right. Do you have a website by any chance where, I mean, now that you got an audience of about 10,000 people, might as well go ahead and direct them to you. And if there's anyone, 5'5" or 4'11" or anything in between, now there is a young lady that has built a product just for you. So how does people find your product?
I have right now, I just have Instagram is Creola by Dana Neves, which is my nickname. So I'll write it down and I'll give it to you. So it has, I'm working on the website. Right now is the payment part of it that I have to work on and put all the
Okay.
products. And my books will be there too. So I'm going to have the whole thing in one place.
All right. You do know RMK Productions and 10 United Podcast. We also do websites. So we'll help you if you have any questions. But I'm going to throw out the quote for our listeners. And since we got a short team, I mean, this show goes on no matter how many people show up. We've had people up here, 20 people strong, and we had people where I had to do motivational Sundays all by myself because I am very lucky that I have a group of people that donate their time, their energy, their wisdom, and their gift in order for us to have this show just for you. So, one, I'm going to repeat the quote and tell you where it came from, and it's by accident. Does your comfort matter more than your commitment? This weekend, I was torn between two homecomings. My personal homecoming, I'm a graduate from Central State University, a historically Black college, and I was invited to speak at Cheney University, the first original historically Black college. And during the conversation, I was, fielding questions and trying to address and set up and talk about resilience, whatever. And then there was a shift when they were talking about how hard it was to do college and so forth. And I remember how hard it was for me in order to get an education. I mean, granted, got to college, could barely read or write. I learned to read or write while I was in college, but I didn't want to graduate a dumb jock. I was lucky enough in order to have athletic ability. They got me a college education, but I also realized I was coming out into the world. And what product was I going to produce? So when I said this, the young lady, when she was talking about how difficult it was, I said, does your comfort matter more than your commitment? Well, the commitment is, everyone shows up to get a college degree. But do you know when it comes to Black students that three out of every seven Black men that enter their freshman year drop out before the end of their first quarter? The numbers are lower when it comes to Black women. So this quote for me, when I wrote it down, and I was trying not to forget it, when I first said it, because I said it sounds real good. You know how like when you say something, Dr. Breakthrough, and you go, oh my gosh, I should write this down.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, you're in the middle of a presentation, and all of a sudden in your mind, you're trying to stay focused on your presentation and remember, how did I say that? And luckily for me, I got a chance to repeat it a couple of times. So this quote challenges the listener to evaluate what truly drives their actions. Is it the comfort or is it commitment? Comfort's the easy choice. It feels safe, familiar. It feels free from risk, but rarely does comfort produce growth. It's that space where potential goes to sleep. hit rest. It's like hitting your snooze button. You know what it's like getting up in the morning. I got 5 more minutes when you got to get things done, and then you're running behind all day. Now, commitment, on the other hand, requires sacrifice, discipline, and discomfort. It's what separates a dreamer from a doer and the average person from being an extraordinary person. When you prioritize your comfort, you trade your goals for temporary ease. But when you prioritize your commitment, you trade your excuses for results. So let me ask my listeners something. Does your comfort matter more than your commitment? We know your comfort feels good. It's soft, it's easy, doesn't challenge you. But comfort never builds a dream. Comfort never challenges a life. And comfort never makes history. However, commitment, that's different. Commitment is that waking up every morning when you don't want to do anything and watching the world go, pass you by. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's keeping your promise, not because it's easy, because it's the right thing to do. See, when comfort says stay where it's safe, but commitment says step where you're called, as Stan says it, and where Denise proposed it to get her clothing line going. And someone between the two voices says to you, all right, is this really what you want to do? So when you get in touch with that inner self, and it will, and every now and then it will touch you on something. I don't care what it is. When you're on that road that seems too long, remember what it feels like when you get to where you need to go. Remember this thing, comfort will fade, but commitment builds a legacy. So ask yourself again, does comfort matter more than your commitment? Because your answer is your choice, and it will determine not where you want to go, but who you will become once you get there. So that's how the quote landed on me. And I hope that what I've shared with everyone here today and what Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough, and our educator here, and now entrepreneur, author, Miss Denise Lopes, has shared with you will make a difference. And you'll sit there in your seat today and ask yourself, you know, does your comfort matter more than your commitment? Only you can answer that question. So, just like this show got started, my grandfather's been my inspiration and my motivation. He had an eighth grade education, but he read more books than the library could hold. I love you, Mr. Joe Phillips. I miss you. He's no longer with us, but I know he's looking down on us. Matter of fact, they don't look down on us. They're standing in the room with us. No one passes on. All right. They just allow you to be center stage now. So think about that. So my grandfather always says, when you get to a place in life that you can help someone else out, he said it's your duty to do so. He said, reach one, teach one. And with that said, we what?
Fade to black.
Make sure you come back.